now that I have the structure skeleton done, there is a couple of things I could do right now to see if I'm wrong, and actually to experiment and see if I can get something even cooler, even better. So what I could do is actually mark these just like that. Click Alt, open all of those. Now they're open and selected. So what I can do now is just do this. Okay, no melodies at all whatsoever. Now let me try to copy all of these bases right here. I know it defeats the purpose of what I did before, but I just want to see what is it going to sound like when this jumps in, just like that, only into the drums and all of these basses. Okay, I did wrong. I did wrong since I muted all of these FX just as well, which is not my intention. So the FX can stay. It's only the synths I want to remove, but completely, just to see what it's going to sound like if it jumps in into only the drums and the bass. That actually sounds nice. So what I could do is add maybe a bit of a beginning of this synth, just like that. And add a bit more of that synth right here, and add a bit more of that synth right here at the ending. So I'm making a poor version of what it was. So I'm just using bits and pieces of this entire chord progression. Let's hear that. Now let me try to do the other part without the bass. So we actually reversed what was happening right there. Okay, now I have this muted. I want all of those melodies to actually play. I want the entire thing. Let's see now. Actually, that's not bad. So I like that. I like that kind of dynamic. Now, what I'm not going to do is I'm not going to copy that over to the second drop immediately. I'm going to keep it like this so I have two different versions so that at any point I can listen to one version, then the other, and see which one actually has more sense. Maybe I can actually keep it different in the drop number 2. So it doesn't really have to, copy over and do the exact same thing. Only in case where, that would be preferable when I actually want to do that. I like this, and maybe I like to try to go into silence right here. Yep, like that. So I'm going to try to go into silence and see if I can do something with this. Is it going to be better if it starts without anything and then it slowly breaks in? So now I can do some fades on these. Okay, now fades none and fades again. Yep, let me try to volume in all of that. Okay, those are the breaks. Since now in the drop, since I still have some things playing, which I don't really want. So let me try to mute these two and see what that sounds like. That's cool, actually. I like that. Now, what I would like is for these to come in slower. I want these to fade in slightly. So I'm going to deal with that. I'm not just going to, do that with the fade in of volume. I'm just going to control that with a filter. But I think I'll do that last. When we get to automation, I'll deal with that. For now, the important thing I wanted to do is to try out some of these, different kind of tension dynamics where I go from, this break into a full blast as it was, before, as it was right here. Into all the melodies and everything, and a different one where I just go into the kick and bass. So all the drums, all the bass. I'm cool with that. I like it. Actually, there is something more I could maybe do here in the middle, because now it jumps from one into the other and all of these melodies just jump in. All of a sudden, all of those leads and all of those, ones that follow this chord progression. So I'd maybe want to keep those in here, but, filter them in or filter them in right here, in the second part. So I'm going to decide on that once I get to the filters. Right now, I like this tension dynamics where it goes from this into this kick bass, and I like that these chords are still in the beginning. It helps it transition, and then it smooths out by, not being so full of everything. Just has a couple of elements that play right here. Maybe I'll even add some more, but for now I'm satisfied. I think this is just enough.